Here I am. This is my house. Now bastard will come. You have seen one bastard coming, asking fertilizer. What do you want fertilizer? It seems Andy. He's calling my mother Andy. This and that. And that bastard came asking fertilizer. It seems all these are dramas to create stories that someone is coming here. Okay, this is how these criminals will be creating stories. Now bastard will come here, and these criminals actually. Trying to trap me by these such criminals actually to loot job loss insurance and such this thing. And now this my mother VK Ratnamma is saying that these criminals in 2020 these criminals wanted to take my property. For that purpose these Subramanian and all created stories that I kept my property documents and took money and I just spent everything and I got like mental problem. This was the story in 2020, and before in 2014 this Biju P from the first day of my marriage he started abusing me actually, and he started asking me how many guys did you go with, he was questioning my my modesty, this and that. And he wanted to accuse me that I am not a perfect person. I am having many relationship, this and that. So he wanted to accuse me like that, and so from all these things are these criminals dramas actually. This Rajamma is the one who wanted to make me to loot money actually, and and they actually planned my marriage for getting money for making me divorced and taking money, this and that. After that this bastard Biju P started hitting me from the 10th day. He used to physically abuse me like anything. From the 10th day he started hitting everywhere actually. And after that and he used to say that, and one person actually asked soon after my marriage I went to my mom's house, and one Kochunduni, he asked, your sister would have sat in the mandap it seems. So from that day I got to know something is there, something is fishy, like these criminals wanted to kill me and take my property, everything. This, even my mother is not in my favor, full this and that. And after that this criminal to abuse me like, and this Biju P used to abuse me like anything. And after that he started abusing me when I go to court with him, and when we come back he used to abuse me saying that why are you coming to the court, I will sell this car so that you won't come to the court. Like that he started abusing and using filthy language, like the most filthiest language he used to use actually against me, so that I should not go to the court, I should sit, because these criminals wanted to loot insurance, job loss insurance. For that purpose these criminals started all these dramas from the very beginning actually. And even one Sita, advocate Sita, she said that you will get married from this court only, someone will marry from you from here only it seems. I said, how you know that? So everything was a scripted drama. My life was a scripted drama actually. And after that I stopped going to the court because of his this abusive nature. I don't like getting this much of abuse, this and that, so I just stopped going to the court. And this after that I studied medical transcription, MBA, and so many things, and so many work also I did. Even I got a job there at Muthoot, even that I stopped. Why? Because it was not that very boring job actually. So I just, and even late I have to come by I will reach my home. I used to reach my home by 8:30, so I just stopped. No buses were there, so it was very hectic. So I just left that job and again started doing medical transcription. And after that, and he used, when my daughter got 2.5 years of age, this criminal started saying, I want divorce, and every time he used to say that he want divorce actually. And so we have that feeling that he doesn't need me. So even I felt like I should not continue with that bastard. And even I am having, this is the truth, even I am having even I have to find a person. So I just started having a relationship. Actually, this is the these criminals then, for that matter, these criminals put me in mental hospital. Now this, my mother is saying, for that purpose these criminals put me in mental hospital. This is how these criminals are manipulating, like these criminals are like that. Without having any mental problem, these criminals put me in mental hospital. This cruel these criminals are. Actually, these criminals should be punished. And then these criminals continued this behavior. Like when I was with that bastard, this Bijupi, then he took me to the hospital. When Josco was telling that my mother is there, got admitted for high blood pressure. This I believed him and I went. And after that, I don't know what happened. When I got up, I was just inside the hospital. I was on a bed, so I was seeing where I am. So I got to know that I am in a hospital. This happened actually. And these criminals, for 18 days, these criminals gave sedative and put me there. And this is how these criminals will will do certain things to loot. These criminals did all these things for looting insurance, job loss insurance, by telling that due to this mental problem I lost job, LLB. Not at all like that. This bastard used to abuse me. And whenever I go, even when Chandramohan Das sir, I used to practice in 2018 with him, and even he said your enrollment got cancelled, this and that. Then I personally went to the bar. That time I was in Ernakulam. I personally went to the bar association, this bar council, and I asked about this thing, and he said nothing like that. Your enrollment is still there. You are no problem with your enrollment or anything. And that bastard is coming. He's the one who will be creating stories that someone is coming here, and this is how these criminals will be creating stories. Someone is coming here, this and that. Always creating stories about me, that someone is coming to my house. Not at all. And these are the bastards who will be creating stories about me always. He will be going 1,000 times through this pathway, and he will be creating such stories. This is how these criminals will be creating stories. He went to his house. This is Subramanian. He is the one who is trying to create stories about me. And again, in 2020, this bastard created stories that I had 7 CCTV cameras that time, and these criminals destroyed my 5 CCTV cameras. And this bastard's son used to roam through this pathway and created stories that I am with this criminal's son actually. And thus these criminals took me to the hospital, this Sandula, and kept me there. And these criminals thought these criminals will get my property documents, and no property documents were there here actually. That time I just kept all my property documents in the court, first class judicial court actually. And these criminals couldn't get. And my mother, she is having bad intention, and even this Prida Espanikar is not a good person. Even her I have uploaded. All the people here knows that her husband committed suicide, but it is not a suicide or anything. These criminals killed him and hanged him and created stories of financial crisis. And the same story these criminals actually wanted to create in my name also, financial crisis stories. Okay. This was the dramas actually these criminals will be creating. These are the dramas. And now these neighbors are trying to create fake stories about me. And now I am having a person his name is Mukum Gujar Mukesh Kumar, who is a Rajasthani, and these criminals are trying to do certain things against me and my Mukum actually. This is what is happening. This is the truth actually. And these criminals are trying to trap me and to take my property, 146 cents of land and this house. This is what these criminals are doing actually. These criminals want these things. And this criminal Preeta S. Panikkar and this Rajamma, she's a rowdy actually, and she killed her husband within 10 months of her marriage, and even she was pregnant at that time, and she even killed her daughter it was, and she killed her daughter, and even a lady got killed who were staying with this Rajamma actually as a servant. Her name is Vinodini. And even this Preeta S. Panikkar used to take one girl named Reenu from this place, this near Olagattiambalam only. She used to study there at Madurai Medical College. You can inquire all these. Even she got killed by, it is stated that she is having some problem with the pancreas and that. These criminals will give something in something with the with these tea, this and that, to acid, this and that. And I have personally seen this Preeta S. Panikkar buying acid from a shop. And these criminals are trying their level best to trap me actually. This is what is happening. And all these criminals are supporters of this Preeta S. Panikkar and this Rajamma and all these things. This Rajamma is a utter rowdy actually. She is a very cruel third-rate bastard, and she even used to so many people used to call me and said, don't go to that her house. Why? Because she is creating fake stories about you, so don't go there at all. So many people called me and warned me, don't go to her house where she was before. She was there at she was there at Tumbaman, Chennirkara. Her husband's second husband's place was there, Chennirkara. First one was at Arikara. So all those relatives used to tell, don't go there. All warned me not to go there actually, because this Rajamma used to create fake stories about me. This is what is, and now these criminals are also trying to do the same thing. Even my mother used to these criminals actually made Chella Murali alone there at Madurai, and then Madurai, and these criminals killed him after that. This Preeta S. Panikkar made him stay there alone, and she came to Palakkad, and Murali was alone there, and somebody used to give him food and all. Through that food, these criminals used to give slow acting poison. And even this Mohan Singh once said this Preeta S. Panikkar killed him by giving slow acting poison. And one Gopi is there, Vattakotil Gopi, his son, one Vinod, he said we asked who said this news, then he said Mohan Singh said. And these are all done. I have uploaded one lady saying this Preeta S. Panikkar's husband committed suicide. But that is not the truth. These criminals are looters of insurance, and these criminals looted insurance by doing all these things. And the same thing these criminals want to do. Even my mother made me twice alone here in this house so that these criminals will kill me, this and that. But nothing got worked out. So now she is desperate actually. My mother and all those criminals actually, this Preeta S. Panikkar, all these are desperate to create fake stories and all. And I am having a partner now called Mukum Gujar, that is Mukesh Kumar, and even this Subramanian is saying, if he comes, these criminals will do something. This is my house and he will come here. He is my partner and we will live together, and I want to know what these criminals will do. What right these criminals are having, I want to know that. What these criminals will do, I want to know that.